Hello everyone. So we're picking up on the Fiat as promised. Straight away, following day, absolutely critical to get the interior panels now protected. Otherwise it will just flash rust again, which it does very, very quickly in weather like this when you've got a bit of humidity in the air. The sandblasting, bare metal like this, it really flash rusts very, very fast. So we need to get it as soon as possible into our Novol for Classic bodywork primer. So the reason we're using that one is because we know that there's some welding work to do. So it is a weldable primer. We can weld on top of this bodywork primer, no issues. And we know we have got some welding repairs to go. So that's why we're going to the bodywork primer instead of the epoxy. Beauty about this stuff as well is we have 6 months then, a 6-month time frame where we can just apply the epoxy straight over the top of it. No need for sanding again, just go straight into the next layer. So everything we use in the shop, Novol for Classic or Novol, everything is compatible with the next stages. So it all works hand in hand, and it's just the best possible process that we can use. So with that being said, I've got to figure out how exactly I'm going to spray this one. It is a bit tricky just to get into all the nooks and crannies. I might have to do a bit of it left-handed. We shall see. But pop the head cam on now and see what we can do. I'm not going to mask anything up. Again, this is the most that I'm doing. That's it. I'm not masking anything up. We've not done the external panels yet, so they're all going to be ripped back to bare in any case. This front end, as you know, has to be painted in anyway and re-prepped, all of that. So there's no point in masking anything. I can get overspray wherever I want it in this instance, just purely because we're not at that stage yet. This is very much the first stage out of, I don't know, 10, 11. So not a problem. Pop the head cam on now, see what we can do, get this protected. So that's the little Fiat into its Novol for Classic bodywork primer. As you can see, it's still drying, still flashing off. It's actually a water-based product, this one, so it takes a little bit longer to dry. Always confuses me a little bit, to be honest, with water-based. Obviously, water and steel, bare steel, do not mix well, but water-based is a completely different thing, isn't it? So this is actually what's going to give us corrosion resistance for, at minimum, 6 months. I say at minimum 6 months because anything up to 6 months, we can go straight in with our next stage, which is going to be our Novol for Classic epoxy primer, which is what this colour was, if you remember from previous videos. No scuffing needed, just a panel wipe, and don't need to remove this or anything. It just goes straight on the top of this within 6 months. Novol making it very, very easy for us from that side of things. The reason we've decided to go into the bodywork primer instead of straight into the epoxy is because we have got welding work to do in here, or to be fair, we've not got a huge amount. We've only just got that down there and that down there, but I wasn't sure until I did this that that was the only thing that needed doing. So it made sense to go into this stage for this one, and also same with the outside of the car. We'll be going into the same product as well. So there's no point in doing certain sections in one, certain sections in another. Not when you've got joining parts like this. Obviously, this was slightly different because we'd done all the repair work on that, and that was more about protecting the areas which we can't get to easily down there and stuff like that, or underneath the battery box, all of that side. So that's slightly different process. Next stage for all of this now is the outside of the car is going to be exactly the same, bare metals, and then into that primer there as well, because again, we know we've got some welding work to do on the outside of the car, and then underneath. So long old process still. You can still see it's drying as well, so when it dries it goes to that sort of matte finish there. So yeah, quite a lot of wet areas still on this. It's got to sit for 72 hours now, and then we can start welding. Yeah, that's about it really. We're not going to start welding on this one because, like I said, outside first I think, and then I'll do all the welding repair work in one go. It's probably going to be the way that I do this. But yeah, it's protected now, so that's the main thing. This isn't going to rust again. It's just, again, the first stage in a very, very long process. Yeah. Happy with this one. Coming along quite nicely. Slowly, but given that it is only a weekend thing or evenings, it's coming along pretty well. Right then guys, I'll leave you there for now. Next step in the process, like I said, is probably going to be sandblasting the outside of the car and then getting it into the same condition as inside with a Novol for Classic bodywork primer. Catch you then.